Okay, so our last subject of the day is going to be a little bit more free. This past Thursday, I flew up to London and basically had to kind of a private basically go on Disney Infinity 3.0. I got to play the Rise of the Empire playset, got to play the Twilight of the Republic, and I also got to play Inside Out. And I saw a little bit of farming in the toy box. Fortunately, we only had just over an hour, so trying to fit in all of that was, literally like 15 minutes a piece. So we got to play, like I got
That's
to
a
play
good tease.
yeah. So I got to play like the space X-wing fight on Rise of
Oh,
the
that was
Empire.
fun. Yeah,
That was a lot of fun. I'm good at dodging. I'm good at evading and defending. Dodging was not something I was good at. I also got
it takes
to
some
see,
time to get used to, right?
yeah. There was also I got to see a little bit of some races on Tatooine in the Speedster. The Twilight of the Republic kind of we went through the level, and I went right up to the point where I had to defeat Grievous, which I did. So that was cool. Very, very different. And then in the Inside Out, we played some level, basically just jumping around as sadness and anger within the first level, doing bits and pieces. So that was great to finally get the feel of the game, because I've seen the playthroughs so many times now on different videos and through Toybots TV Live. It was so different actually playing it in person and controlling it and being able to. The fighting on Twilight of the Republic it didn't even feel like Disney Infinity. That's how much the fighting felt different.
As far as you're fighting the combos, or like the fighting in general with like the actual bad guys that you play as well.
Just in general, just running along and fighting with the lightsaber, it felt very different to how it did in the other games. I've been playing like Batman Arkham Knight this last month, and I would almost say that like the fighting style when you're fighting, in the previous one when you do the lightsaber, it was like one slash and that was it kind of thing. Now you've got combos and you're jumping in the air and you can juggle them and you can pull them forward and push them away, and the fighting technique has really been improved and it's much better than it was before. We had a bit of a joke about the fact that if you put a 1.0 character and a 3.0 character, they're going to be outmatched. But
good luck.
But if you put the pink pink flamingo mallet on the 1.0 character, they are both equal with the lightsaber and the mallet, because of the way they've upgraded the skill set, which I think is a great move, because otherwise 1.0 characters would be destroyed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but like you said, luckily there's a little bit more of a balance. I mean, we still want them to increase or improve the abilities for the 1.0 characters, but like you said, even the weapons play the same, so it's awesome.
The one thing that really got me was how much different the free playsets felt. Rise of the Empire was more classic scenes. Saw the Hoth battle with the stormtroopers and all that. That was really cool. But Twilight was a very battle-orientated game, which was different. And then Inside Out was literally just like having an entirely different game. You're jumping around, collecting the orbs, doing this, doing that. And you would have if you didn't know it was Disney Infinity, you would have said that it was an entirely different video game. It wasn't even remotely Disney Infinity, because it felt so much different. The 2D scrolling part of it looked amazing. It seemed to flow very, very well. And the 3D sort of thing, I almost felt like you're at like Skylanders angle, where you're following it around on one of the levels I played at the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, I
but
can see that.
They got different ways of doing levels, so it was very cool seeing the 3 different play sets in action personally. And also, like I said, they were so different, and this is the big thing that Disney put through to me. They said that they felt that the Avengers and the Spider-Man playset was so close to how each other felt, there wasn't enough variety. And this is the big thing that they've done this year, was literally they want variety in those playsets to make them all feel different. And they've also let each playset company doing them have freedom to do something different.
Well, JV has said that he really likes what he's seeing from the new Marvel playset. I mean, he said it in the interview I did with him at E3. He said it in a different interview that I saw on IGN. So it makes me feel like even that's going to be completely different as far as the gameplay goes. So, and then we don't even know anything about Episode 7. So, no, yeah, it's like you said. There's so much differentiating aspects between each playset that just it's exciting. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I got to see a little bit of the farming in the toy box.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm still gonna admit, it's not the one thing that's appealing to me. I never really was that big fan of sidekicks
Farmville.
anyway, and Farmville and the constant feeding things up, and it's like it's bad enough trying to level up characters to level 20, let alone trying to level up all these little townspeople. But I can see what they're doing, and you got to go in, and they've made it fun. Yeah, it's just an interesting concept. It's hard to know, even though I've played it, and obviously the little sidekicks get leveled up, so it'll make them more useful for toy boxes and for the villains take over toy box and all the rest of it. But yeah, so that was a bit of an odd one. Saw the El Capitan Theater, didn't go inside of it, just was outside of it, and a little bit of the hub. But I love the fact that they're going to be bringing the videos and more interactive from some of their videos they're going to be bringing into the game. So it wouldn't surprise me if we started getting tutorials in there as well and some little helpful hints and stuff. But the fact that Toy Box TV is going to be in the El Capitan Theater within the hub, and the fact that it keeps regenerating, and everything's just in the Toy Box hub just keep regenerating. They want it to be somewhere that you keep going back into.
Now, in your demo, did they let you go into those two buildings?
No, we didn't go inside.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still hoping to finally see what that looks like. Obviously, they still have to connect them and make sure they work. But okay, cool. I'm glad you got to see the exterior. They still look so really good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's like when the Toy Box is building, it's like ooh, and they're just like, because I sort of said, they said, "Oh, are you familiar with the Toy Box?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did have a few featured." At which point, the one they just went, "Yeah, we won't let you it's like they did give me the controller when I went into the toy box when they went into the toy box.
They're like, oh yeah, hands off.
Yeah, we're not letting him in there because he'll find stuff out. But yeah, so no, it was a good experience. It was great to finally get to have some hands-on time ahead of launch, just to kind of, it's that thing of it's like, well, is this game going to be, I think with the play sets, I've always had that view that they are going to be a good solid campaign, but it was great to finally kind of get my hands on them a little bit early and just kind of, because I think this year it just feels like everyone's played it already. I know, right? I think because they've been putting it out in, it's doing a UK tour, it's been in Disney World, it's been at all these different events. It just feels like it's like, well, I will have a go.
Well, as far as the three that you played, and obviously only had 15 minutes, so I don't know if it's a fair question, but which three are you favoring? Which one of the three are you favoring at this point?
Right, well, Inside Out came out on Friday at the cinema. I went to see it on Friday because it was a wet afternoon and I was knackered after walking around London all day. So we went to the cinema to see Inside Out. I'm going to be honest, I think Inside Out actually appeals to me the most out of those play sets for a couple of reasons. I always love platformers. I've always loved the platformer. And I think it looks very smart. I love the idea that you've got to change the characters depending on what you're doing. I was trying to get Anger to go up this bit, and I just couldn't do it because the cloud kept dropping before I could do it. And they were like, okay, we're going to switch to Sadness. Because it's got Sadness, it just went straight up and across. And it was easy. But I don't know. It's Inside Out, I think it's because it's new, it's fresh, it's different. New characters, something brand new. I'm excited about that. It's nice to see something Disney, kind of, because we haven't seen anything like that for a while. But it's really hard. I mean, Star Wars versus Inside Out is such an odd balance to work out what I'm doing. But on day one, when I got 3 play sets to play with.
Yeah. Okay, so it's out. Yeah, and it does feel like it's a different experience that we've had before. Because even though both of the Star Wars games look awesome and they play awesome, Inside Out still feels fresher to me because I mean the Star Wars ones have a little similar feel to them.
But also, like with the Inside Out one, is I love the collectability side of things, of collecting the orbs and stuff. But the replay of trying to do it as fast as you can, trying to get everything, they've really built this kind of trying to master those levels. You're trying to do it as fast as you can, trying to do it. I think that's going to allow for a lot of people to have a lot more time in that play. Yeah, you can charge for it probably quite quickly if you really want to, but the trick is going to be mastering those levels is where things are going to get a little bit interesting. But Rise of the Empire is a place that I'm going to love to kind of recreating those classic scenes, because that's what that place is, recreate. Whereas Twilight is a totally new story with a different thing entirely.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels different when you play the Twilight of the Republic. I mean, and like you said, you got to play the droid factory level that leads you to Grievous. I mean, just each level, and even the bad guys that you play, they're different. It's not like the same Frost Giant over and over again. That's something that I really like about it. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were very much aware of the fact that we think with the first one they had too many ice giants and too many similar. It's like even the Venom ones. The symbionts all look too similar. The droids, there were 5 or 6 different droids that I think that we saw. But then when you go into the rise, and I saw Tusken Raiders, and you saw Stormtroopers and Snowtroopers and stuff. So there's already a difference between that. I mean, there's only so many different variations they can do.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just really excited. I'm just looking now and going, on those first few days of getting the games, like, what do you do next? What you're trying to experience everything. It's so much going to be coming out on day one. I'm really glad they are spreading it out a little bit. And one way I'm sort of going, and if like with Rise of the Empire coming out a month later, I mean, I'm going to get the Saga bundle, so you get it on day one. It's like I think it's a really good idea for them to have done that, to leave that on a month later, because with take over the toy box and those 2 play sets, that should be enough to keep most people going a while.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, unfortunately I suffer the dilemma of already having Rise Against the Empire, so I think I'm gonna hold off on Boba. I'm gonna resist. So
yes,
yeah,
it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of odd thing of just like, it's so close now. I still that kind of weird thing of, I think we're definitely into the last run. The next 2 weeks, I think, with Gamescom and D23 and Toy Box Summit, we are literally just on the crisp of just literally getting an infinity overload of news coming up in the next few weeks ahead of launch.
I hope so, because I feel like we were a bit, and I'm getting withdrawals from not getting new announcements. It's been a while. I mean, even the Ant-Man tease was like, it's still not good enough. I need to see a figure.
Yeah, I think that's the thing this year. I think as they came out with this big blast straight off the bat, then we had E3, and we've had a few things coming on. San Diego Comic-Con still felt a little bit of a disappointment.
Well, yeah, but again, I think it has to do with Marvel. But yeah, anyways,
I think it was a thing of it stretched out. I mean, they should have just. I just still don't understand why they didn't just come out and just be like, "Here is Ant-Man. Here's a picture of Ant-Man." Do what they did with Ultron and thing. Just literally put out the figure and a little gameplay footage, and just be like, "He's out there." Because now it's like last year they did those like weekly releases of those Disney characters, because they really tried to stretch those like 11 Disney characters out all summer. And like, I think it's obviously worked better this year. But yeah, I think we're about to get an infinity bombardment, because like once we start seeing the Toy Box Summit live, we're going to start seeing toys. We're going to start going, there's that, there's this, there's that, and that's always exciting, because I think once they let the toy box artists into the toy box, we're going to start learning more. So they've got to get that information out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to have guards on every station to keep them out of the Hall of Galactic Heroes and the Hall of Superheroes?
Where exactly do you think? D20? No, I think they may have the game kind of programmed to the point where you can't go into it. I mean, obviously they're gonna ask the toy box artists to go ahead and not do so, but I feel like there might be some of that not listen. So we'll see what happens.
It's a bit like putting this here in front of me and going, do not touch, do not touch.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I remember I was sat there at the table last a couple of days ago, and they had all these characters on the table, and I sat down and just like pick one up and just started looking at it. It's like I've seen pictures of these things for so long to finally see them all standing there in front of me. It's like you just want to, yeah. It's just like pick them up and actually just look underneath and just look at them in person and just it was just quite funny. It was.
It's funny because we were. It was funny because Evilos and I at a Comic-Con at the pop-up shop, Dave Marinak was around and Allison, and we would like grab a figure and like put it in our pocket in front of them, like just like we want all of these, get it to us already. But no, yeah, I know what you mean. It's like you have this like actually now that we're talking about it, I was going to ask you. You did mention that it was Yoda and Obi-Wan you had to choose from.
Yes.
Like, how were you able to choose if you can only have one? You know what I mean? Like, what was going through your head? It's like,
It was quite funny because they had like the two of them in their hands. Which one do you want? And there was me and this other reporter, and we were both. And I sort of said to the other guy, "Well, you have first pick," because I figured I'm getting them both anyway, so I'm going to buy which. It's like. And they said, "Oh no, we got loads more." It's like, well, I'll have Yoda because he looks really cool. It literally was just that kind of thing. I'd been playing Yoda on the game, so it was a bit like I beat General Grievous with Yoda, so that was why I just thought, nah, that was
like mine.
Yeah. So no, it was quite funny. It was just like, yeah, but also what got me was the size of those of the Death Star for the Rise of the Republic playset piece. It's huge.
It's gorgeous though. I love it. It's actually one of my favorite playset pieces of all time. Like if I were to choose out of all of them that I've seen so far, that one would be the one that I would pick.
And especially when it like it's going to light up very nicely.
Oh yeah. No, I'm excited.
You haven't tried putting it on your 2.0, have you?
I don't. Look, I did it. I did it with Darth Maul like 3 times, hoping that the following time I put it would work, and it still didn't work. So I'm not going to tease myself even more by putting the playset piece. I didn't even want to put the Inside Out figures on there just to see the memory light up. I'm like, no, I will resist. I will resist. Oh yeah, it's cool.
I also got to see the 2 expansion disc sort of pieces for the first time. I'm kind of like, on one hand, they're a lot better than those pieces that we saw last year.
Absolutely.
I think there was too much confusion with them. Are they power discs?
Right.
They didn't look right. So this year they look very different, but I kind of wish that they looked slightly, because looking at them on first glance, you can't really see what they are unless you literally pick them up and look at them. Because to see if there's like a racing car or a shield on it. So no, that's the one thing. They do look a lot better than last year, but I do wonder if they need a little bit more variation. They're good for packaging because I can see they could fit in that box a lot nice and easy because they're more simpler. But yeah, so even just seeing them, and I got to have a couple of the 2 of the power discs in thing. But no, it was very cool to kind of finally get my hands on those games and just sort of see it in person, really, and just kind of, it was a great experience. Plus, I had a great time in London. I went to the Disney store and looked around all the toys and all the bits and pieces, picked up some pops. Went to Forbidden Planet and just geeked out in there for I think about an hour of all the comic books and pops and figures and Hot Toys stuff. And went to Hamley's 5 levels of toys and stuff. This is. And even went up the Shard for the first time as well, which is like the tallest building in London, like 72nd floor high. I think it was slightly higher than the Empire building. Seeing all over London and stuff was great. It was just a really cool day to kind of just get out and just get into London and just have a full-on day out being a geek, basically.
It's taller than the Empire State Building?
The observation deck was at the 72nd floor, which I think when I went up the Empire State Building, it was like the 68th or 69th.
On the Empire State Building, I went up to 102. So I'm confused. Maybe I was a little happy that night. I don't remember.
I was gonna say because I know this. I think I think I know when I went at the CN Tower, I think it was 102nd, 120.
Sears Tower is definitely taller, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. Yeah, the Sears Tower. I remember when I went at that. That was even higher again. But yeah, so it's certainly a bit interesting. But yeah, no, so it was a great experience in London. Love playing the game. I'm just so excited. I just can't believe it's a few weeks away. And I D20. It's that thing as well with D23 and all that information. We are just going to be weeks from it. It's not like last year where we had another month. We are literally going to be D23 next week or 2 weeks. The game's coming out.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah
now, I was going to say now I'm just like, I'm trying to finish off. I'm going through Arkham Knight. I'm going right. I've got about 3 more weeks of Arkham Knight to kind of get this thing done because once Infinity 3.0 hits, that's going to be me done till probably Battlefront.
I know that's true. I still have to get back to Batman. Oy vey. Yeah.
I'm just The Witcher is complete. I'm just thinking I'm going to trade that in because that's never going to get any day. Once 3.0 hits, nothing. I'm just going to take a big pile of games in just to trade them in because I just know that I won't have time, especially once I start getting into the toy box building again.
Oh yeah.
Because I think it was that thing. I have had a break. I've been playing people's toy boxes and going in and doing that a couple of times during the week. So I'm still playing Infinity a couple of times a week. But I did decide to take a little bit of a break just because I knew once 3.0 hits, I'm going to be playing that for months.
Gotcha.
No, but
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I'm going to be stuck on Infinity for a while.
Yes.
Well, definitely until Battlefront for sure.
Well, that's the good thing as well. With Battlefront being at late November, that means we've got the whole of September and October and most of November.
Oh yeah, we have time
to really kind of plow or something, kind of get a big group thing on the Infinity one, and then we don't know when those other. I'm thinking November. We're probably going to end up with Force Awakens anyway.
That's what I was going to tell you. That's what I'm afraid of. I feel like they're going to release that playset around the same time. Like, what do I do? I'm
really hoping Force Awakens is December. That's what I'm really. And I'd love the fact that if they can do this, especially if they can get this power this and I'm going to be honest, I would love a playset next year. Be it Marvel or I just feel like I don't think
sorry.
I think Hopefully. Marvel's going to be out before Christmas.
Yeah, me too.
I think it'll be in between Force Awakens and Rise of the Republic. But I think if they can stretch those playsets out, I think it's a great idea. I'm just glad we haven't got that repeat of. Is that repeat of 1.0? We had 5 playsets on day one. Luckily, I was still not entirely too sure, so I'd only bought the main pack and played through those 3 before I bought the other playsets. So yeah, if they repeated 1.0 again now, I'd have 5 playsets on day one would be so much.
Yeah, agreed. It'll be interesting.
Yes. So no, that's going to be great. So anything you want to add for this week's show?
No. I hope something happens this week because I don't feel like we're going to get anything this week.
I am wondering if are they going to hold off on everything until Gamescom next week, or?
I was going to say, give us Ant-Man this week, and the next Gamescom, you can give us the whole playset. You know what I mean? Just give us something. Just give us a little taste. Yeah,
would be good to get something. Because they didn't say on Toybox TV what they were going to be playing through this week, did they?
No hints on what's coming up. Nothing. All we know is that JV won't be around until the summit.
Yeah, because he's going to be off traveling to different locations. I know he's coming to Europe. I think I'm wondering for the Gamescom, but also London, because there's a few different games companies making stuff. I think you said something about Seattle. He's heading there. Is that right?
Yeah, he took off to Seattle last night, and we wonder what he's going to do over there. I mean, there's the possibility of Microsoft, Amazon, other game developers.
I'm thinking
Mario.
Yeah, I think a Starbucks exclusive figure. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh gosh. Oh. Yes, with every cup of Joe.
I went to Seattle for WrestleMania 19. That was 12, 13 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I just remember just like every other shop was a coffee shop. I'd just be like, it's just like,
Oh man.
yeah.
Yeah. What figure could you tie to coffee? I'm trying to think. Nope.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I was gonna say Mario. It makes sense. He's gonna go talk to Mario, saying, "Dude, why are you guys working with Skylanders? You gotta work with." Nah, I don't want them to work.
No, yeah, we do want an Amiibo Mickey.
Yeah, an Amiibo Mickey, maybe. That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, I think that's the thing with Seattle. There's literally could be anything. You could literally be just talking. I don't know. It could be a journalist up there. It could be a games developer for a new playset for.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or
It's
Five Points.
because Bungie's up there. There's a bunch of other cool developers, so it's possible.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that they're doing is kind of getting lots of different developers in to do all these playsets and stuff. Because I think going forward each year, that's what they're going to continue to be doing.
Or he could. Go ahead.
I was going to say because I think they've realized that more play sets means more figures, means more people. Like, I don't think we'll ever go back down to having free play sets again. I just don't.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't see them ever going back to that because I think they got it hurt the game. I think in the long run they can't afford to do that.
I gotcha. I was going to say if that's not the case, I could also be meeting with either Amazon or General Nelson at Microsoft for maybe an exclusive. So who knows? But
who knows? It's all speculation at this point.
They're all up there, yeah. So we'll see.
Starbucks exclusive. There we go.
Yeah, Starbucks. Pre-order now, and you get a free gift card.
Now you get Starbucks Power Disc. You get a free cup of coffee. Gives you a boost for 5 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Your characters go haywire for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, we're going to leave this with the Starbucks edition. And we'll be back on another episode of Disney Infinity and Beyond. Just going to a quick shout out before we leave off to some of our patrons. Ethan Allen over at sorterapps.com and Magic Band Collectors. Big thank you to him for being July's sponsor. And also I'm going to give a big shout out to James at the Infinity Museum. He is a great supporter of us as well over at patreon.com/DizKingdom. You can find us on Twitter at DizKingdom. You can find us at DizKingdom.com. Find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, and we also have a Facebook group, Infinity and Beyond. If you are interested in Disney Infinity, I would recommend you join up there. There's lots of discussion with all of us, all the crew at DizKingdom, plus got a great community there, all interacting, apparently all telling us all about their different picks for the Disney Infinity thing. So it's a great community there. And you can remember to subscribe button if you're on iTunes and all of this, just all the social stuff.
Yeah, give us a review. Thank you guys for all your donations. Be a Patreon, help us out, give you more news as it comes. And next week will be our final webcast before D23 and the summit. So it'll be interesting. And I might, maybe, no guarantees, but we might have a special guest on the webcast after D23. Disney Nerd Dad will be flying out here, and he will be coming to my place. So we'll see what happens.
So, hey, well, that'd be fantastic. So we're going to have loads of stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. And then obviously once the game comes in, then things are really going to start picking up. You'll find lots of content there. We've done really well with the Abe's done very well with his unboxing videos. Even Travis jumped in with a tour. So once the game hits, we're going to be working hard to get as many sort of videos and stuff done for you guys as possible, as quickly as possible. And that pretty much, we'll be getting slap bang into the game and giving as much help as we can.
Yep, that's right, guys.
Okay, I think that's pretty much. Yep. Laters.
Laters, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Laters.